Yeah, thank you, Nirav. Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of Monarch Capital, I welcome you all to Q1 FY21 earnings conference call of Mayur Uniquoters. I hope everyone is safe and sound. We are pleased to host the senior management team of the company, and we have with us Mr. Suresh Kumar Podar, Chairman and Managing Director of the company, and Mr. Vinod Kumar Sharma, CFO of the company. We will start the call with the initial comments about the results from Mr. Vinod Sharma. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Anubhav. Good afternoon, dear investors and analysts. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a great pleasure to be here to share with you the performance of Mayur. Thanks for giving your precious time to join Mayur Uniquoters Limited Q1 FY21 conference call. Mayur Uniquoters Limited, being a market leader in the synthetic leather industry and an organized player, has been able to leverage the emerging opportunities and delivered exemplary performance in past years, both in national and international business markets. We are now addressing you at the time when the government and country are fighting challenges on multiple fronts and simultaneously trying to rebuild and revive the economy. The industries are also continuously trying hard and functioning to come up from the continued downward pressures on demand, production and revenues as the COVID-19 pandemic intensified during the whole quarter period. This has affected badly to the OEMs and related manufacturing industries, but would also like to ripple throughout the supply chain, affecting suppliers by driving reduced demand for materials and components. As you know, this pandemic is unprecedented and impacting significantly on business across globe, and we are not left untouched with its severe impact on Mayur Uniquoters business, especially in current quarter of financial year 2021. The company has taken up all necessary steps to regain its business operation back to normalcy, of course with cost control measures and reduced overhead cost as well during this challenging time. As your company has been with a very good track record of being an investor-friendly company, as committed to drive value creation for all the shareholders, and we will reply your queries after the brief review on financial results of the quarter under review. The outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic and consequent lockdown has impacted the regular business operations of the company. Therefore, the results for the quarter are not comparable with those for the previous quarters. Our giving here the brief review of financial results for Q1 period. The company has achieved revenue from operation on a standalone basis amounting to rupees 38.05 crores and PBIDT amounting to rupees 5.04 crores during the quarter. The revenue from operations on consolidated 38.71 crores and PBIDT amounting to rupees 4.13 crores for the quarter. Our endeavor is to make company a preferred supplier for the leading OEMs, especially in US and European regions, and pleased to share that your company is already approved by Mercedes-Benz for supply to their South Africa plant, and product supply is expected to start for their new models from last quarter of FY21. The product approval from BMW is also expected soon. Regarding project, most of the PU plant project activities are completed except commissioning of DMF tower section and started commercial production from the plant. The small supply orders and dispatches also started from PU plant, which is expected to be increased gradually. The strong anti-China sentiment within India and around the world could now be possible game changer for the domestic industries in coming time. To leverage these trends and harness them for productive process, we need to move beyond knee-jerk responses and draw up a long-term strategy with a time-bound plan for implementation reforms in many sectors. While pursuing our business interests, Mayur Uniquoters has also been endeavoring to fulfill our responsibilities toward the society. Under our corporate social responsibilities program, the company has adopted many happy schools for education of children. The company has worked on education, especially for the girls and underprivileged child education, various healthcare initiatives, especially child skill development, and water for all, sanitation and school area, distribution of books, bags, clothes, etc., and most importantly, family planning and family welfare schemes. The state government has also recognized these initiatives on various platforms. I am thankful to all the investors for their valuable time, to those who became the part of this conference call. With this positive note, I would like to conclude and request all to open the forum for questions. And before that, I request you to kindly note, due to time constraint, we need to end this call within 40 minutes. And we therefore request you to kindly avoid repeat questions during the call. And volume data will not be discussed, so please avoid volume-related queries. Thank you, and over to our CMD, Mr. Suresh Poddar. Thank you. And
good afternoon, everybody. I think my CFO has given you the details of the working, and as you know, because of COVID pandemic, April was totally washed out. May little bit has been started. Actually speaking, from June onwards, the things have started taking place. As you very well know, that we are now more than 50% of our business is with automotive industry, and which is increasing gradually. Now, you must be reading in the newspapers what was the condition of automotive industry in April and May. From now June they have started working. July is also improved, and August also improving. So I think this quarter must be much better than last quarter. And so far as company's future is concerned, as you all know that Mercedes we have got approval, and maybe in the last quarter we may start supply. BMW is almost on the approval stage, but it will take time to start business. As I told you previously also in so many meetings, that automobile industry takes long time. Now, whatever they approve for the future models, not existing. So, BMW existing model, the new model which they are approving us will start from 2022. Maybe our supply may start by end of 2021. And so far as other automotive is concerned, we are moving very fast towards Volkswagen India. Till now they have been buying from German company. They were importing. Now they have approved our material also. So very soon, within next 2 to 3 months, we will start supplying to them also. Now our PU plant has started. Unfortunately, we started in the month of February, and from March the problem has started. So we have to close down for 2 months. Now we have restarted. At the moment, what we are doing is getting samples from all our different customers and making the samples according to their requirement and supplying them the material. Now, since PU material is 90% imported from China, and being last 3 months were so bad that everybody is filled up with the stocks. Now the stocks have started clearing a little bit. So I hope that from next month we should have, I can't say very good business, but at least 100,000 meters we should be able to sell from next month. This month also I am expecting 50,000 meters. Because there are two things. When you start with a new customer, you have to first check your quality, be confident. But fortunately, because Mayur is known to everybody, so we are not facing that constraint. But anyway, as soon as the stock clear, everybody start giving the orders. So I think it's a matter of another 3 months. And after that, we should be able to have a good business. I'm very optimistic. And we are trying to make any kind of PU material which is required by the industry. Not that, because there are few players, 2 or 3 players in India, but they are making very cheap quality material. So I'm not going on that. We are working on a high class material and medium class material, not a cheap class material. Because in that material you will make no money. So that's why also it is taking a little bit time. The biggest problem we are facing is the technicians, We have already employed this Taiwanese technician who has got more than 30 years experience in this industry in all the areas. We have given him the appointment also, but because of visas and flights, he is not able to come. As soon as it open up, he will come here. So after he joined, that will also be beneficial, because then in that case, we will be able to manufacture any kind of PU like PVC required by my customer. So now seeing today's condition, I think things will become normal pre-COVID. I think it will take another 2 to 3 quarters, because things are improving, but in not that fast manner. Because every time there is some trouble, something happens in some states, and the lockdown is there. The people are getting infected, and the people get infected, and there is absenteeism. I mean, so many critical problems are there. So until and vaccine is declared and it is successful, only after vaccine comes, it will take another 6 months time. So I think such time we need 1 year time to come back to COVID-19 situation. Before that, it will be up and down. But because of China, things are better. But it all depends on how much you are capable to compete with China and to fill up the gap of whatever they are producing at the moment. You have to have that capability also. So far, synthetic leather is concerned. In PVC, we are far up. We are much better than China. EU, because we have started recently, I think within a year's time, we should be able to meet all the Chinese type requirement which is required by different kind of industries. So, in my opinion, the future is good, and real benefit we will start able to see from 22-23, because you know what is the condition is in 2021. 21-22, the industries will come up to the old level, and from 22-23, it will start developing. So, from Mayur point of view, I can say that there is a good future, because we are concentrating now maximum on PU and automotive sector, because automotive has got a very big potential, and there is a certainty of the market also. Of course, it takes time to get entry, but if you are entered and got certain models, then that model goes for 6, 7, 8 years, and there is no issue. So, what I can say that we have to be optimistic, and I am very much optimistic. It's a matter of another 1 year, the things will definitely improve. Please open to any question you people would like to ask. I'm here to oblige you.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question, you may press star and one on your touchtone phone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and two. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. Anyone who wishes to ask a question, you may press star and one. First question is from the line of Nitin Dharmawat from Aurum. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. My question is, what is the current capacity utilization and how is the demand scenario now, both in domestic and export market?
You see, as you have seen the balance sheet, our first quarter was only 27% of the last quarter. Now, since June, the things are moving, and I hope to come closer to 60% in this quarter. The rest depends on what happens with COVID. Now the things looks very enterprising, good, but time to time, because of the closure, like we were supplying so good material in the month of July. And after third week of July, because of Bangalore problem, a lot of footwear industries were shut down. So that 10-12 days gap was bad. But fortunately for us, that automotive industry is moving ahead. And furthermore, we will not be affected with automotive industry because we have got so many new contacts, of which the supply will start from, say, in another 1 or 2 months. One big customer we got, Harisa Grammar. We were not supplying them anything, hardly 3,000-4,000 liters. Now we are supplying them more than 30,000-40,000 liters in this month. So I don't see much problem because we are adding new customers also. The only thing is that what happened to COVID. It is very difficult to say anything. But the way things are going, and if there is no problem, I think Mayur will be able to touch 100% by last quarter. I think so. Let's see what happens.
Okay, sir. Got it. Thank you. If I have any additional questions, I'll come in the queue.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Next question is from Chintan Seth from Samisha Capital. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Surajji, for the opportunity and very commendable job on cost, containment. Sir, on the other income side, if I look at, there is a sharp drop compared to previous quarter. Even if I remove, provisions for doubtful debts and other CSR activity which we usually do during Q4 and earlier quarters, the number looks relatively lower. I just wanted to understand how much is this lower cost sustainable over the coming quarters?
The cost?
Yes, other expenses. Other expenses.
You see, other expenses is reduced. There are two reasons. One is that for the executives, we have made certain cuts. And then, the traveling is almost close. So in our case, the traveling cost was quite high. To going to the, abroad and traveling to all these states and all that. So that cost depends on how this COVID situation takes place. But I don't think that it will increase much other costs in the coming quarter also. Actually, I'm personally monitoring all the costs. Even I don't allow to buy even 500 rupees stationery, because this is the time where you have in your hand only how much cost you can reduce, how much you can reduce the wastage, which is in your hand, and with your efforts you can do as much as possible, because order ultimately is going to come from the customer. So we are trying our best. I mean, nowadays there are so many, stoppers have been made by me, that for certain small things also they have to come to me to get attention, because otherwise it is very difficult. When company does good, a lot of expenses comes which are even not required.
Correct.
So it is not easy to reduce the expenses, but in my company everybody knows that we have to reduce, and all of them are cooperating and doing their best. Only thing I can tell that we and our team is trying their best to reduce the cost, to reduce the expenses, and then ultimately it all depends on business.
Correct.
Because the profitability will come from the only business. How much you can reduce? There is a limit of reduction.
Correct. So second question is, last quarter when we discussed, again you said that most of the OEMs are guiding you third quarter onwards normal uptake of materials. Do you continue to hear the same commentary from your buyers, or there is any changes in terms of?
See, I tell you, I don't believe on their comments.
Right.
You see, last month is all auto OEM exports. They told, gentlemen, be ready for 130% takeoff. If your usual takeoff was 100, now our takeoff is going to 120-30. Of course, they have done better than India, because in OEM export, this last month, July, offtake was about 70 to 75%. And this month also, it seems to be that it will be 70 to 75%. Now you see, the problem is the capacity of the people to spend. Now so many industries are not working. You see, airlines are not working. Transport industries are not working. This marriage industry, this hotel industry. So that money was going to somewhere, and that money was utilized by somebody. So unless these things come, maybe here and there some company may be doing better, like FMGC company. अभी क्या है, घर में बैठ के खाना खाते रहो, बाजार से मंगाते रहो, और काम ट्रेवलिंग का खर्चा तो कम हो गया. ऐसे ही कपड़े आपको लेने लगे, कपड़े पहनने लगे, नाइट सूट पहन के बैठे रहो घर पे. अच्छा, सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम हो गया, औरतों का मेकअप खत्म हो गया. इसको मेकअप करके दिखाए. हर इंडस्ट्री का कुछ तो कुछ होगा. But anyway, things will come in order. It's a matter of time. This is the life. Up and down comes and go. जिंदगी भर कोई बुरी टाइम भी नहीं रहने वाली है और अच्छी टाइम भी नहीं रहने. यदि हो जाए, let's hope for better. भाई देखिए, बात एक ही है. You know better than me or us that now those who can survive another 1 year, they will stand. So it all depends on your monetary power. That's what I think. So that is the most important thing.
Okay. Sir, PU में आप revenue figures बताएंगे कि how much revenue we have booked, जो भी छोटा portion है हम लोग का भी, so that we can monitor how we are doing on a
नहीं, आप फ्यूचर की बात कर रहे हैं क्या?
हाँ, पीयू प्लांट की, ग्वालियर की बात कर रहा हूँ कि वहाँ से कितनी रेवेन्यू बुक की है
अभी Q1 में?
हाँ सर, Q1 में।
बहुत ज्यादा नहीं है, लेस देन 50 लाख रुपीज है।
श्योर सर, ओके, थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू, ऑल द बेस्ट सर।
थैंक यू।
Thank you very much. Anyone who wishes to ask a question, you may press star and one. Next question is from Dipesh Kashyap from Equirus Securities. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi sir. Thank you for taking my questions and congrats for good results given the headwinds. Sir, my question is that auto OEM exports seem to be very weak in this quarter. So just wanted to understand, was it a logistic issue or the demand was lower?
There was no demand. April there was zero. There also, May also they have started from practically June first week. And from June they started taking off. July was good, as I told you. It was about 65 to 70%. And this month also they say that they should reach 75%. Let's see. But first week was good, not bad at all. Now another 3
So you're talking, yes. So you're talking about US auto OEMs, right?
Yes, I'm talking about here.
Okay, understood. Secondly, sir, can you please give the total volumes that were sold in the quarter? I just need the total volumes, not the breakup.
Volume 15.62 lakhs meter.
15.60.
Yeah, 15.62.
Okay. And sir, you also said in the opening remarks that you expect the Mercedes order to start in the last quarter of this financial year. So earlier you talked about next financial year. So has there been any preponement of this order?
Dispatch will start from last quarter of this year. But
you see what I'm saying. Whatever they are saying, we are saying to you. Now, every time their situation changes because there also there is a COVID problem. Sometimes they say, be ready, we will start by this time. Then suddenly something happened. But one thing is sure, that it will be started by last quarter or the first quarter. It should definitely start.
Latest by first.
Understood. So last question is, sir, you talked about the BMW and the Volkswagen orders starting from the next year. I just want to understand what is the opportunity size of these orders?
Means opportunity means?
I mean, how much revenue you can do with the BMW and Volkswagen separately, please? Yes.
You see, Volkswagen, they are talking big quantity, but I think at least you can say, I calculate 30,000 meters per month.
Okay.
And it should be about in value, because it's not a cheap material.
Okay.
1 crore से करीब होना चाहिए per month.
12 to 15 crore per year.
Okay. And BMW, sir?
BMW का अभी आपको बताया ना, अभी उन्होंने 2022 की बात कर रहे हैं, 2021 के एंड तक शायद चालू हो जाए.
So they are new model.
उन्होंने कुछ बताया नहीं है. हाँ, सारे न्यू मॉडल है. जो भी हम बात कर रहे हैं सारे न्यू मॉडल.
Volkswagen is for India or Europe? Sorry. Yeah.
India. Volkswagen is for India. I told you na, they are buying from Germany at the moment.
And so this can start from next quarter itself, you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Maybe October, November it should start.
Great, sir. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next question is from Pritesh Chheda from Lucky Investment Managers. Please go ahead.
So, sir, this Volkswagen India, how much volumes do you think will be on a monthly basis?
I told you just now 30,000 meters.
Okay, but at Mercedes-Benz, Mercedes also 30,000 is what you say?
Maybe what they are saying between 25 to 30,000 meters. But that will be for South Africa.
Okay, and that is so Volkswagen will be 30,000 meters per month and about 12 to 13 crores of business per annum. And Mercedes will also be 30,000 meters per month, but the value will be higher, right?
Yeah, maybe about 15% high.
15% high.
Yeah.
And do we supply, so what is the progress in MG in terms of volumes? And do we also supply to Kia?
No, Kia we are not supplying. Kia they are importing from Korea. MG we are supplying. And they are doing good. अभी तो देखिए सभी का डाउन. आज के दिन तो कोई भी बात करना सही नहीं है. Nobody can predict. We can just guess. And whether we are going to introduce some PU material also to them. And that material is 2,000 rupees per meter. Can you believe? We are working on that also. Of course, the quantity will not be that much. But you can understand the standard of the quality. We have already made the samples, submitted them the samples. That will take time little bit, but what I am trying to say, one thing only I can say, everything takes time, but so far technology point of view, so from our capability point of view, we are competent enough to compete with anybody and make the technical product. But now everything takes time. Suppose if I am selling 200,000 meters per month today, tomorrow I can't start 500,000 or 1 million. It will take time and gradually it is improving.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry to interrupt you, Mr. Pradesh Shera. I will request you to come back in the question queue for a follow-up question. Thank you. A request to all the participants. Please restrict to one question per participant. If time permits, please come back in the question queue for a follow-up question. Next participant is Mustafa from Cube Investments. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir. Sir,
Good afternoon.
We have already started producing from our PU unit. So, sir, one would expect that the depreciation would go up, but one finds, sir, that the depreciation being charged to P&L has actually gone down. So, can you please explain that?
Vinod?
Yeah, Mustafa, can you repeat your question, please?
The PU plant, after it has been commissioned and it is now producing, one would have expected the depreciation to go up. But we see that the depreciation has gone down.
Yeah.
So can you
Because
explain
in last quarter, we operated the plants only in the month of June, last week of June. And some of the plants operated only in 2 weeks of May, and April was totally closed. So that's why, on an average, the plant operated at a single unit only. That's why depreciation charged for one single shift. That's why this depreciation is coming down.
Fair enough. And so one follow-up question, sir. You had spoken earlier that you are in the process of looking out for a CEO for the automotive division. So can you tell us if there has been any progress on that?
No, we are not looking for CEO. We are working for good, strong factory manager. You can call it COO, not CEO. That we are looking, because I want a foreigner. Because here I don't find any capable person who can lead to that height. So we are seriously working on that. Let's see when it gets materialized. I am after it. Desperately I am after it.
Fair enough, sir. All the best, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Next question is from Arun Baid from BOB Capital Markets. Please go ahead.
Sir, you just mentioned that from the month of August, hopefully PU plant can do about 1 lakh meters a month. So,
No, not from August, September.
From September, sir. Okay, so from September, so roughly 1 lakh meters would be how much a value, sir?
More than close to 2 crores.
Okay. And so do you expect that 1 lakh number to ramp up incrementally month on month, or that's the trend we should expect for the next 6 months from there on? From September?
I tell you, please understand, this is very difficult to predict anything today. Whatever we hear from our customer, according to the production. until unless this COVID problem is solved, because as I told you, there was a lockout in Bangalore. So, मतलब साउथ के कर्नाटका की कम से कम 10 फैक्ट्रियां बंद हो गई. Now naturally when they are closed, the demand will not be there. The shops are closed. So it is very difficult to say. But we are ready with everything. If the market is okay, then we will go. And the second thing, as I told you, people are having very huge stocks, which they were not able to clear till date. Now what is happening? Why it is slow? Because there is less demand in the market. So people who are buying cheap chappals or sandals, they are buying more. Now you will surprise to know, during these lockdowns, Hawaii chappals and EVA chappals, manufacturers had minted money like anything. They had no stocks because everybody wants to buy cheap. Now it's going on the old way, little bit. So this will take little time. It's very difficult to say.
Right. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much. The next question is from Avnish Chandra from East India Securities. Please go ahead.
Sir, congratulations on keeping PAT positive despite 70% top line decline. Sir, one thing, most of the OEMs in auto sector are talking about higher production to channel filling for festival season. So, do you see your order book in that way pretty high for the coming months, both in auto as well as in footwear?
I can't say about footwear. But so far as automotive is concerned, the bright future is looking up forward. And as I told you, that August and September, I think till Diwali season, the market should be automotive. And we are getting requirement also. Now, the factory, both the lines, we are working 24 hours from last 1 week.
So you have talked about we have already reached to 60-65% level in auto segment, but in footwear we are still not reaching to those levels.
No,
correct?
no. I'm telling we are reaching 60% including all. Maybe automotive a little more, maybe footwear a little less, but I'm very hopeful that this quarter we must touch more than 60%.
Okay. And sir, one last quick question. Lots of talk around MEIS, though export incentive is a very small part of our top line. But are we going to get this export incentive FY21 onwards?
Export incentive?
Yeah.
What export incentive? I couldn't follow.
So we get around 2% incentive on export. So
how much percentage you said?
2%. Even in the annual report we are.
Yeah.
We'll be getting the FY21 onward because these incentives are getting closed for many sectors.
I don't know. Now we have no information.
To be cleared by the government, and if it is continued, definitely we will be getting the benefits out of the export.
Of course. If it is continuing, then we will definitely get the benefit. As what we used to get.
Thank you very much. Sorry to interrupt you, sir. I'll request you to come back in the question queue for a follow-up question. A request to all the participants, please restrict to one question per participant. Next question is from Krishna Parekh from Samiksha Capital. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah.
My question has already been answered. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next question is from Pratik Giri from Envision Capital Service. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Sir, I just wanted to understand the environment in footwear manufacturing in India. So recently we have been listening a lot of news about big footwear manufacturers coming
in India. So are we getting any initial indication of from any big player who are trying to put their manufacturing facilities in India in footwear? I'm asking, and that too high quality players.
You see, whatever we see in TV, whatever we read in newspaper, don't believe on that. Now we are reading newspaper and TV, we see government is saying that there is a big exodus from China. Yes, people are shifting their bases to different countries, but where they will come, it is not sure, and how much that will come. Suppose if 100 footwear companies are coming back from China, you don't think that 50 or 40 or 30 will come to India. Because the biggest problem in India today for anything, number one, capacity, number two, quality. Now today, if China is selling, say, 1 million pair, somebody is selling 1 million pair every month, and if they come here and ask for 1 million pair, hardly anyone will be able to supply. So, like we have learned from some German company, they want to come and they are coming. But how much they are going to produce? You will surprised to know their investment is 150 crore. क्या होता है 150 crore? ठीक है, होगा बिजनेस, बट आएंगे लोग, बात तो करेंगे सप्लाई डेफिनेटली, बट वी कैनॉट थिंक दैट sky is going to fall in India because of China. I don't think so.
I totally get that.
Will be better.
Yes, sir. Please, sir.
Because देखिए, करने और बोलने में और करने में जमीन आसमान का फर्क होता है. Now today, Indonesia. Now you talk about Vietnam. People are going to Vietnam for footwear. Now for the garment industry, you know, Bangladesh has taken over India. Why? What the strong thing they have? You see, the biggest problem is our Indian government policy and our own, we manufacture, are not capable. Everybody want to go for a, easy way. That's not possible. So government has to work hard, we have to work hard. Of course, there will be a benefit. But सवाल एक है ना कि आप क्या कर सकते हो और आप क्या कर रहे हैं. क्वेश्चन ये है सबसे बड़ा. आप 100 रुपया कमा सकते हो और आप 10 रुपया कमा रहे हैं एक्स्ट्रा, तो उससे थोड़ी कुछ होने वाला है. ठीक है, होगा, लेकिन but until and unless the things happens practically, nobody can predict anything. ठीक है, अच्छा तो होगा ही, लेकिन कितना अच्छा होगा, सवाल ये.
I get that, sir. I get that. That's all, sir. Good luck. All the best to your team, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the last question for today. I will now hand the conference over to the management for closing comments.
Thank you very much for attending the conference. I can assure you that company will do their best to fight with this current situation. The only way is to expand the customer base and reduce the costs, which we are trying to do our best. And I assure you, there is no stone unturned from our side. Rest is on God. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks to all.
Thank you.